Right, so another video on how to make another trap trigger, another simple one, and I'll show you a couple of ways to do this one. Now again, you might have seen this one before, but I might not have actually showed it in detail or whatever. Right, I know this as Tripwire Deadfall trap. There could be numerous other names for it. If you know what you think is the proper name, let me know. You'll know what it is when I've made it. Yeah, so if you know the name, then let me know. Right, so the first thing you got to do is get a stick. I think personally a relatively fat stick is better. It'll be easier to set. It's a relatively fat stick, a bit thicker than your thumb, say, and get it the length of as high as you want your deadfall to sit. So if you wanted your deadfall to sit a foot high, you can get a stick which is a foot high, if you know what I mean. So we've got the stick, and all we're going to do first of all is cut this in half. So I've got a nice new Swiss Army knife which Luke got me for Father's Day. Never been used, first time today. Oh, the other thing you're going to need is some sort of cordage. It could be natural cordage, could be a piece of wire, a piece of vine, your shoelaces, anything. You're going to need a bit of cordage. So we're going to cut this. I'm going to do this right in half. Right, so that's in half. I'll show you the next bit. You see that's in half now. Right, so there's a couple of ways of doing the next bit. Right, so essentially your trap is going to sit like this, two bits on top of each other. Right. Get this forward a bit. Right, so they're going to sit together like that, and your deadfall's going to sit on top. Now you could simply just, to one of these, tie a piece of string, right, you balance those on top, have your deadfall weight sat on top. This bit goes along underneath the bottom of the deadfall and can be tied to a peg or just tie a big knot in the end of it. And when the animal stands on a string, it'll pull that out and down comes the deadfall. But I'm going to show you another way of doing it. Slightly more work, but that's the simplest way of doing it. But this other way I'll show you. Like I said, slightly more work though. So in one of these we want to just cut a small notch. And the notch has just got to be big enough that our string can fit in it. And just slightly widen it. You want your string to sit in there. That's perfect. Then this bit sits on top like that. So all you've got to do on this end bit is just tie a knot. And that will sit there. This bit will sit on top. The deadfall sits on top of there. This bit of string comes along down to the bottom of the deadfall. And then when it's stood on or moved, it comes down. Right, so we'll go outside and set it up. like I said, on the other side of the deadfall you can use a peg, or you could just tie a big knot in your string. Depends whatever's going to work best.